Third victim in UNLV attack identified as university professors condemn national threat on Wednesday morning. 3 college professors in Las Vegas stood up and went to work in Beam Hall, home of the University of Nevada's business school. They were all slaughtered, shot to death by disgruntled former professor who arrived on campus with a 0.9mm pistol, 150 rounds of ammunition, and vendetta. Their deaths in America's recent high-profile mass prompted sweeping calls for gun control from educators across the country Friday. This is a group that many people look to for answers in times of tragedy and distress. They demanded an end to the epidemic of gun violence that leaves college campuses particularly vulnerable to deadly attacks. Irene Mulvey, president of the American Association of University Professors, a leading faculty group, called gun violence an unacceptable national threat in a statement and called for gun policy reform. "We mourn the latest senseless, tragic violence and on our college campus," he wrote on his old Twitter account, X. "We call on our elected leaders to move forward with actions that we know can begin to solve the epidemic of gun violence in America." His voice joined others calling for reform in days after the Las Vegas, which destroyed campus and changed lives forever. Details about continue to emerge Friday, including the identity of third professor killed. Another faculty member suffered life-threatening injuries. Police identified suspect in the as Anthony Polito, a former East Carolina University faculty member who applied for a job at University of Nevada and was rejected. Biden meets with UNLV students and community members. President Joe Biden mourned the victims of Friday's deadly at UNLV and again called on Congress to enact stricter gun safety measures. Biden opened his remarks at an infrastructure event in Las Vegas by praying for the families of those killed in Wednesdays and praising law enforcement officers who risked their lives to respond to such tragedies. He noted that there have been more than 600 masses in the United States this year. "This is not normal and we can never allow this to become normal," he said. Biden's trip to Las Vegas was planned before Wednesday's, but he met privately with college students and community leaders while there. The meeting was held at a carpenter training center before the infrastructure speech. "You know, the Second Amendment didn't say you could have any gun and have any weapon," he said. Final exams and face-to-face classes are canceled. UNLV President Keith Whitfield announced that final exams scheduled for next week have been canceled, as well as in-person classes for the remainder of 2023. Given physical-emotional trauma endured by university community and because campus facilities have been impacted, we have determined that faculty staff must continue to work remotely through end of calendar year, Whitfield said. The president said the winter commencement